Tom has a very simple want. Trying to end the night on the bright side. Well, here's a good one. Tom, he doesn't want a whole hell of a lot. He said he's trying to save up to get a bike and a little wagon to pull behind it. And I was telling him about a guy I saw on the interwebs who had a home-built trailer and an electric bike. And he said he didn't want an electric one because the batteries are too heavy. The battery's heavier than the bike itself, so if you can't always charge it, it kind of screws things up. Now, I'm sure with solar panels on whatever it is, that would probably do the trick, at least to some degree. Now, here it's going to be sunny sometimes, but for the next few months, we're probably not going to see the sunlight. We will see the sunlight more than Seattle does, more than likely, but I don't know. I haven't taken a look at the comparison between the weather in both places. We're right on the coast, though. I've been told by some folks that are not in the best physical shape that they can walk to the beach from here. So I'm not far from the ocean. Last time I was at the Pacific Ocean, I urinated in it. The last time I was at the Atlantic Ocean, I urinated in it. That's right. I have the distinct honor of having urinated in the two largest toilets on the planet. Now, I'm pretty sure that is a far less simple want. I always wanted to pee in both oceans. Those of you who think that's nasty, well, you know what? Fish pee in it. Lots of animals pee upstream. Lots of animals live in the water and urinate. Now, what's any of this got to do with Tom and his trailer and his bike? Well, that's a pretty simple want. It ought to be something pretty easy and pretty reasonable for him to acquire. Now, that'd be something that, if I had my disability money, I could probably buy one or the other and still have enough to live on. So after 2 months, I could have a bike and a trailer. But my needs are different than his. I need to be able to preserve the evidence that I have left. For him having his own little bit of autonomy like that, I think that's a good thing. I think he should be allowed to have it, and I think it's something that, well, if anybody wants to get behind, let me know. I'm not sure if he's got a particular idea about which bike he wants to ride. I do know that at 80 years old, if he's still riding a bike, that's doing pretty darn good. If he's able to get on a bike at 80 years old, he's doing pretty darn good. I can't get on a bike. That's not a joke. I don't want him to have a heart attack, but at the same time, if that's what he wants, power to him. I don't necessarily know that he wants to move into a home or not. By home, I don't mean an old folks' home. I mean, an actual home. He's not crazy. He's not a lunatic. He's not schizophrenic by any means. For surely not delusional. It was funny that he was talking about the CIA. A lot of people, they claim that they were with the CIA and this, that, and the other. Now, Vietnam, that was what was called the CIA's war. Now, this is different. Came over here to see what they had in the food machine and how much I would have to come up with to get some, and there's no food in it. None whatsoever. So there goes that idea, right? Beautiful. Garbage. All right, on to the next one. Now, I'm not expecting anybody to throw anything down and buy the guy a bike outright or anything like that. But, for 80 years old, if he's still able to get a bike, I'd like to see it with my own two eyes. Also, if he's able to pull a trailer, I'm going to turn around. There's a lady pretty close here, and I'm always paranoid of being close to a woman at night because they have to be paranoid at night. So, anyway, getting him a bike shouldn't be too difficult of a thing to do. And that's already something that he's working on. He did spend a lot of money to try to help Molly out, hoping if he spent that money she'd quit bitching. It didn't work. However, the fact that it didn't work doesn't detract from the fact that he at least tried. That simple want there, that's not a complicated thing. That's not something that you got to ask the Lord to give you. Well, to some degree, I suppose. If doing that will prevent him from being able to eat or prevent him from being able to be warm, well, then it's not exactly worth it. It's something that you're going to have to save up for. Now, the good thing about having a bike, especially if it's a trike, and I'm not saying that's what he'd want, but if it's a trike, you're less likely to fall over on it, I guess, with a trailer attached anyway. It's easier to put a conversion kit on, and a gasoline conversion kit can be put on those, same as a regular one. And he said he'd be down with that because, well, it may be heavy, but it'll run in the rain, and it'll run when there's no sun. Would be nice is having a combination of both, but that'd be extra heavy. What else? I'm not sure what kind of trailer you'd want. He said a wagon. When people say wagon, I think like a radio flyer. But it might also be cool to have one that's a little bit longer, a little bit bigger, and less weight. Throw a tarp over it, make it look like a covered wagon. Here's nowhere around here where I would feel comfortable going to the bathroom. It's all a bunch of businesses. The one area, you know what? I can go over there. That's right. The crazy people that was over there is gone now, and I can go over there and pee. Yeah. Found another snipe. Oh, fuck. I overexerted myself a bit. Anyway, him staying in my car is completely overloaded already and as is. And he definitely did not call me up today with the intention of staying in my car for a month or anything of that nature. So getting him a camp, or at least something that's mobile enough that he can take himself to wherever he chooses to camp. Oh shit. Oh good. Almost had a heart attack. Well, not really, but I got a bunch of evidence in this bag, and if it was to get a bunch of sticky ass coffee on it that I put way too much sugar in, well, that would destroy the evidence, and I'm not down with that. Found a quarter though. Now I have to stand up. So, I did take a look at what he's got. I mean, I don't mean as far as everything that's in all of his bags, but I took an inventory of what bags he's got and how much there is. And I did move everything that he has at least a couple inches to see how heavy it was. And yeah, I think a radio flyer would probably pull pretty good. There's a lot of other different types of trailers. I'm not sure if he has a specific intent and purpose, so I'm gonna, try to find out exactly what his idea is and see what I can do as well. If any of y'all can keep a lookout here in Tillamook for a bicycle for as cheap as possible, but a good bike. That just sounds horrible. I want you to sell me a Maserati for $2. Oh. Alright, I'm still snotted up. I didn't expect a dead cat to make me cry like a little bitch. I'm not gonna apologize for it. I am what I am. And your opinions don't matter. They may affect the way that you act. They may affect the way that you treat me. But you know what? Your opinions haven't stopped me from fighting for my rights and the rights of others. So, yeah, you're quite ineffective. I may have been prevented from turning in my predators a lot, but that doesn't mean that you guys have shut me down. I still got to help Desiree and a lot of other people. I got to help a lot of people's kids. I got to help out a lot of my friends' kids with getting away from their abusive parents and abusive situations. I'm proud of that. You guys say I should mind my own business. There's a lady, Dr. Caroline Diamond is what she calls herself, Dr. Diamond on YouTube. She has an entire show dedicated to everybody else's business. And at the end of her thing, she says, and mind your business. Yeah, that's the only hypocrisy in her show. Alright, that was sarcasm. Her entire show is a bunch of hypocrisy. She gets angry and then she tells other people they shouldn't get angry. Well, ain't that the pot calling the kettle something? So with my bitching, whining, moaning, and complaining, that's not important, is it? What is important? Preservation of human life, but also quality of life. And I'm not so certain that a radio flyer is going to attach to the back of a regular bicycle. And I'm not sure if regular bicycle is exactly what he's looking for. But I'm pretty sure that the gas kit or the gas engine kit is like $160. I don't know how much a bike is, and I don't know how much a trailer is for a bike. I know it's usually pretty easy to find a cheap used one. Or if you keep on driving down the alleys, sometimes you see one next to the dumpster. Sometimes. You usually have to fix them up a bit, but oftentimes it's just a matter of it sat forever. Somebody had a kid, their kid outgrew it, and then it sat in the garage or in the backyard and got all exposed to the weather and the elements, and the tires eventually cracked or the fabric fell apart or something like that. But you know, people are pretty ingenious when they want something to work. They'll find a way. Alright, so you know how we end these videos. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper, and no victim left behind.